Today, understand the nature of the seed itself, not just that it exists, but what it is, how it holds what it holds, why it cannot be altered, why it cannot be made less than complete. This is the 7-minute daily focus, day 114 of 365, to focus on the world within from the world without. Today's focus, the law of seed, the nature of the seed. Pause for a moment. Yesterday you were introduced to the law of seed. Today, understand the nature of the seed itself, not just that it exists, but what it is, how it holds what it holds, why it cannot be altered, why it cannot be made less than complete. The nature of the seed is precise, and understanding it precisely changes how you approach everything that is within. Pause. The seed is metaphysical. This is the first thing to understand about its nature. It is not physical. It does not occupy space in the physical world. It is not seen by the five senses. It is not weighed, not measured, not tracked by any instrument of the physical world. And yet it is real, more real than any physical thing, because it is the origin. And the origin always precedes its expression, always governs it, always holds it in full before it appears. The physical is always secondary to the metaphysical, always, without exception. Pause. This is the nature of metaphysical reality. It holds what the physical world will eventually express before the physical world has moved, before the condition has changed, before a single external sign has appeared. The seed is already complete in the world within, carrying everything it will become in the world without. The physical world does not create this completeness. The physical world receives it, expresses it. After it has already been fully formed within, expression follows origin, always. Thought is within, effect is without. Thinking stands between. Pause for a moment. Consider the nature of what complete means, not partial, not developing toward completeness, not becoming complete as thinking continues, complete now, in this moment, in the metaphysical form in which it exists. The tree is not waiting to be decided inside the seed. The tree is already decided, already there, already exact. The seed does not deliberate about which tree to become. It already is the tree, in full, before the ground has received it, before a drop of water has reached it, before a single leaf has pushed through the surface. Pause. And here is what most people do not understand about the seed. They understand that the seed holds the tree, but they think the tree becomes more complete over time, as if thinking adds to it, as if development increases its completeness. This is not correct. The seed is already complete when thinking begins. Thinking does not add to the seed. Thinking develops the seed. Development is not addition. Development is the unfolding of what is already complete. The tree was always going to be exactly the tree it becomes. Thinking simply allows it to move from metaphysical form into physical expression, from within to without. Pause. What does this mean for how you hold the seed? It means you hold it as complete, not as something growing toward completion, not as something that is partially real and becoming more real as you sustain it, but as something that is already whole, already the full expression of what it will physically become. And your thinking is not making it more real. Your thinking is developing it toward physical expression, from within toward without, from metaphysical completion toward physical manifestation. Thinking is the pathway, not the source of the seed's completeness. Pause. And consider this. The nature of the seed is also the nature of what you carry within. Every desire you have, every intention you hold, every vision you recognize from within It is a seed, and it holds its complete expression already. Before you have done anything to produce it, before a single step has been taken in the physical world, the seed already holds the tree, and the seed you carry within already holds the full expression of what you are moving toward. This is not a feeling you need to cultivate, it is a fact you need to recognize, and in recognizing it, your thinking changes, because you are no longer building from nothing, you are developing what is already complete. And that changes everything about how you operate. Pause. Consider also this, because the seed cannot be altered by what is without. Your past does not alter the seed. What has or has not happened before does not reduce the completeness of the seed. History is expression. It is what has already developed and physically appeared. But the seed within right now is not a product of history. It is complete in this moment, independent of what came before. This is important because many people allow their history to govern what they believe is within. They use what has or has not happened as evidence about what the seed holds. But the seed is not governed by history. It is governed by the law. And the law does not reduce the completeness of the seed because of what happened before. The seed is complete now, regardless of history, not doubtfulness, not struggle, not force. You are not pushing the seed, not pressure. You are not trying to make it happen, but steadfastness, focused. Remain aligned with what is within. Do not be moved by what is physically seen, because what is physically seen is always secondary to what is unfolding. Pause. Now understand the second aspect of the nature of the seed. The seed cannot be altered by what is without. This is not a wishful statement. This is a structural fact. The physical world cannot reach into the metaphysical world and change the seed. Conditions cannot alter the seed. Circumstances cannot reduce it. Appearances cannot make the seed incomplete. The seed remains what it is, regardless of what is physically seen, regardless of what is reported by the five senses, regardless of what the physical world says or suggests. The seed holds its completeness, unchanged, undiminished. Pause. But here is the precision. While conditions cannot alter the seed, your thinking can move away from it. And if thinking moves away from the seed is not destroyed, but the development of that seed is interrupted, because thinking is what develops the seed, and thinking cannot develop what it is not sustained upon. So the seed remains complete, but what you receive from it depends entirely on where thinking is directed. And where thinking is directed is your responsibility. Every moment, every day, the seed waits in constant present reality, complete, until thinking returns. Pause. This is the nature of the seed, complete within itself, unchangeable by what is without, dependent on thinking for its unfolding, but never dependent on thinking for its completeness. The completeness is already there. The unfolding requires thinking, and the thinking that develops the seed is yours to direct every moment and every day. Steadfast, focused, remaining upon what is within, because what is within is already complete, and what is already complete will express exactly what it holds when thinking is sustained, without interruption, without movement away from the seed. Now, the affirmation for day 114. Pause for a moment. The seed is complete, not becoming complete, already complete in metaphysical form. Before a single physical step is taken, I hold the seed as complete. I do not add to it. I do not question whether it is whole. I direct my thinking upon it. I sustain it steadily, without interruption, without movement toward what is physically seen. The seed is not altered by what is without. I am not moved by what is without. I remain with what is within, steadfast, focused, and because I remain, the seed develops, and because it develops, it unfolds, and what unfolds must physically express. Remember, by design, by focus.